Hey, what's up, everybody? So, as you can see, we at a really cool space. It's not a store, but it's a really cool space. So we at the Levi's House of Strauss in Johannesburg, South Africa. So very cool fun fact. There's only 5 of these in the world, so we'll get into that, as we're in the podcast. But it's a very exciting episode. It's a very creative episode. We're in a very creative space, and I'm with a very good friend of mine, a really influential guy, a very motivational guy, in the space that we're in, and his name is Darian Williams. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you for having me, bro.
It's been a long time coming since we
long overdue, man.
So, jumping straight into it, I know a lot of people are going to be watching this being like, who is this guy? Who's Darian, if they don't already know you and stuff like that. So, we at Levi's, a lot of people are probably going to be wondering why we at Levi's and why we're doing this. But I know that you work a lot with them in terms of collaborations, and I always see you in Levi's as well, with the brand, besides being collab and stuff like that. So I know you have a real good interest into it. But like, who are you? What do you do? And let's take it from there.
Okay, so as you said, I'm Darian Williams, fashion creator from Johannesburg. And I just try and be as creative as possible, I think as a freelance creative, I dabble in a lot of things.
Yeah.
And obviously, Levi's is my home away from home.
Yeah.
This is basically where I would say I started my career, I was an intern here.
Wow.
When I was still studying.
What year was it?
I think it was third year, last year of studying. I had to do an internship.
Yeah.
And I just needed a brand that resonates with me, what I do, where I want to be. And, I took a shot in the dark. I was like, look here, hit Levi's up. And I was like, this is the situation. Would it be possible to, be an intern, knowing that they haven't done it before, especially in a creative house?
Yeah.
It was something new for them, new for me. And they took me in, and I think over the span of the 6 months I was here, they opened up so many doors for me, creatively wise.
But you don't work for
no.
Levi's now, okay.
So they just put me on, man. They opened up so many doors for me. They opened my eyes up to the creative space, and I just fell in love with it, man. This is a home away from home, like I said. This is a space I love to be in, and they gave me a shot, and
that's dope.
Here we are.
Would you call yourself an influencer, or more rather, this is what you do regardless of whether you're doing it for a brand or not? Because I always saw that. Yes, there's a lot. You guys that are watching, there's influencers, that people who promote brands, and they get endorsed and they do all these collabs and stuff like that. But for you, and I've always said this to you, I always felt this is you, whether you're getting sponsored, whether you're doing it as a collab for the brand, this is just who you are. The other day I saw you when we met, and you were dripped out, it was just a literal meet, it was a quick meet, but you were I think you just take a lot of pride in what you do and how you represent yourself, and that's powerful because you live what we see on social media. And I 100%. Think that's powerful because it's not we see Darian on Instagram and then when we see you outside randomly, it's a whole different person.
100%.
What you see is what you get. So would you say that you are an influencer, or this is just what your interest is in content creation and stuff like that?
I mean, personally, I wouldn't refer to myself as an influencer, but I think in today's terms, a lot of people do categorize me in that. And I mean, it doesn't really bother me. It doesn't faze me. But like you said, what you see is what you get, I never started out to be an influencer. I was always just a fashion creative. I never bought brands or wore brands just to get endorsed or sponsored or whatever the case is, I actually have a passion for it,
Yeah.
And yeah, like I'll just like rock the stuff, you know. Like I always say, if I'm gonna die today, best believe whoever finds my body, they're gonna see me like in a fit or something, you know. Like
That's powerful.
I have to wear my stuff. Like if
I
I
love
bought
that.
it, I mean, you have to rock it, you know.
I love that, and I think that's so important. So I think, well, not I think we at Levi's. So we're gonna talk everything Levi's. You guys can see the box that we have on the table. There's two really cool and really exclusive sneakers on the table that we're gonna talk about also in a bit. There's these really cool, funky jeans that Darian actually did here at this
100%.
space, right? And it's got a personal touch on it. So it's a very creative episode, I would say, and I think it's a really cool episode as well. So we're gonna show you guys some of this. So like jumping straight off the bat, like I just want to talk 2 minutes of my experience here real quick, because this was like a first for me. I didn't know that all this happens here, right? The entire fit that I'm wearing today is from Levi's, and we had a little styling session. I always used to see Darian post pictures here, and the one day I asked him, like, are you on a rotating, like
display.
a rotating display? Because it's a room where they have these mirrors. I'll post a picture that Darian and I took together in there, and you guys can check that place out. I'll also show you a clip of that. So we had a whole styling session where there was like foots put together and stuff like that. And it was really cool. And this is quite wild, bro. Like, to have this experience and stuff like that, because I've never really, done something like that. So it's really cool. So the jeans, this top, the white tee, all Levi's, and that's powerful. That's exciting, G. I won't lie to you. Like, growing up, like I'm from Durban. Like growing up, Levi's used to be like the jean that everybody wanted, and we only knew like the jeans. And then as you started growing and stuff like that, then you realize, oh, they actually have like all these dope clothes and stuff. So it's like a full circle moment, man. Like, coming from a place where, there was days where we couldn't afford this stuff, to now being able to actually sit, and one of my passions and my skills to actually bring that and do something in a space like this with you, by you also, it's really, really cool. So yeah, so we're gonna get into the box first, and then we'll talk about the car. So what's your view around the sneaker, the New Balance? So the box that we made was for the New Balance, what's it, the
990 V3.
990 V3. So what's your view around the sneaker? What do you like? When did you get it and stuff like that?
So the blue pair, which is in front of the table, that pair actually I got it for retail. I think it was 2020 or 2021 when it dropped.
100%.
Got them for retail. Grey pair that I'm wearing, I got a couple weeks back. Shout out to my boy Regan in Cape Town. He had a pair and he was like, look here, if you want it, come get it. I couldn't pass it by. I think there's no better feeling as a sneakerhead, like when you complete a pack of shoes. It's just like, it's a different feeling,
100%.
So I think like with regards to the box also, it just made sense because like you mentioned, the car, doing the material, I had like offcuts. I still have like quite a bit of material at home. And just what Levi stands for is mainly sustainability, it's not being wasteful, being mindful to like the environment and stuff. So it just made sense to recover a box for this pack of shoes in the leftover denim, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, the Levi shoe holds like sentimental value to me just because, like I said, like this is where I started at Levi's, it means a lot to me. 100%. And I think it just went perfectly. I mean, the shoes have denim on it, denim box. It just makes sense,
And that's very special, when something has sentimental value. I think the collaboration means more. And I know when we spoke about doing a collaboration, I wanted to do a box with you and stuff like that. There was a few sneakers that we were trying to pick from. And since you just finished the project with the car, with the Levi's and that sort of thing, I think it made sense to do this. And we had this idea, and I think it looked really dope. So, and it was a nice one. So I guess, so a little background behind this. The box itself, the wood, I used that wood because if you look at a Levi store or a lot of things Levi's, like, you know, setups and stuff, there's always got this wooden feel to it.
100%.
And the space that we're in right now has that same. And I haven't been here before, besides today, but you can see it's got a lot of wooden textures and that sort of stuff, and that's why I decided to use that. And then obviously the main reason for the podcast is to talk about your car, because I think that is like one of the most amazing collabs I've seen, and a brand that endorsed that type of idea. It's just crazy for a brand like Levi's, for a huge brand like this, a global brand, to endorse something like that is really, really cool. But the denim, let's talk about the denim used on the box. Where is this from? How did you do it?
So initially, when I came up with the idea to recover the seats in Levi's denim, basically put together like a proposal on like what I want to like try and achieve with this. And Levi's gave me that creative freedom. They were like, look here, great idea. This year being 150 years of 501 jeans, it just makes sense. You know, it's a timeless brand.
Yeah.
You know, just to like pay homage to that as well. I think it was really important for me.
Yeah.
And like I said, they gave me the creative freedom. Like, it was an upcycling project between Levi's and myself. They gave me like bins. When I say bins, like full on bins filled with off-cut material, different colors, different textures. And I think just because the car is white, it just made sense to go with blue and white, because there was like a lot of grays and blacks, and I didn't want it to be too basic. Like much like my fashion sense, I wanted the car to speak me, you know, something different, not just a copy paste what you see on the internet, you know.
Yeah.
So we sat down, came up with a pattern. The pattern was inspired for me from like a checkered racing flag, because there are like performance seats. It just made sense to do like the block pattern with the different tonal blues.
Yeah.
And the head tailor and I sat down. I cut out each individual square by myself. I think it was 3,468 squares in total. All 3 inch by 3 inch. Sat down with a ruler and chalk, measured everything, cut it out. William and I sat together. He sewed everything for me. And then also I have to give a shout out to Grant from Fefa Customs. He was also like the creative genius behind reupholstering everything.
Shout out Grant, shout out William.
There we go.
Let's go.
So yeah, I think like also the placement of everything on the seats, like the pockets, the zips, the little red tabs, you know, like I think it was also like good to like put in like a few blank tabs, because I mean, if you know a blank tab, you know a blank tab.
What's the blank tab?
So
Levi's.
they say...
So it's the Levi's blank tab.
Yeah, so Levi's basically trademarked the tab, and 1 in every 10 Levi's jeans produced get like a blank tab with just the original logo in it. So no Levi's, just plain blank tab. So if you know, you know, you know.
Hey, talk about access.
There we go.
So, wow. I found that out when you told me. I had no idea. To be real with you, I would have never picked that up and noticed that. But shout out for that, man. That's quite cool. So 1 in every 10. So you use the blank tabs on the seats.
Yeah, so there's a couple blank tabs, like on the gear boots there's a blank tab, on the back seats in the corners there's blank tabs, and then on the pockets in the front seats it just has like the normal Levi's red tab with the logo.
It's Recaro seats.
It's Recaro wingback seats that come out of an Opel OPC.
Okay.
So also again, Grant custom brackets built to get the seats to fit, pump up and down, move back and forward. So it was quite a lengthy process.
Wow. So obviously you guys are watching and you want to see the car, and we're going to show you the car. So as we're talking about certain things, I'll cut to certain parts of the car where we showcase that and demonstrate that. So we're talking about a car. So what Darian done was he built a Golf 4 two-door, a white Golf 4 two-door. When I say built, I mean customized it, right? So it's got a full airbag suspension system. It's got wingback Recaro seats that's covered in Levi's denim. The inserts are actually in actual Levi's denim that he sat down, cut out the square pieces that he spoke about. Him and the head tailor, William stitched that together, and they made this fabric, which is a custom fabric that was covered, was used to cover the seats, and then there was leftover material with that, and that's what we used to cover the box also, because it was collaboration with the box, the sneakers, and to look the part going according to the car as well, right? So also on the box, I use a blank tag, and the pocket that was used on the top, you'll see when we show close-ups, you'll see now that the pocket is also in a bit of a slant, because that's the way it was done on the seats. Right, on the back of the box, I have the Levi's. The jean?
Yeah, it's like the jean tag at the back.
The jean tag. So you know the normal jean tags that you get at the back. So I put that at the back of the box to represent the back of a jean, more or less. And so after the podcast, we're gonna do a little bit of a vlog style. So stick around and check that out, because we're gonna do like a little bit of a customization with this box at the space that we're in right now. So that's going to be pretty cool. But going back to the car, how long did the whole project take you?
So
the denim rather.
The denim. Okay, so initially the plan was to get the car done 4/501 day, which was on the 20th of May.
Yeah.
I think we started everything about a month and a half prior to that. It took us roughly about a month to sort out the material, that's like cutting everything, sewing everything together, sending it to Grants to get it like fitted on the seats. That took about a month, and then we ran into a few hiccups, obviously, because working with denim can be like a bit tricky, especially when you're reupholstering seats. It's kind of like trial and error, so we have to like figure things out.
Yeah.
So I think in total it took like a month to make the material, a month to get everything like fitted, seats fitted in the car, everything. So it took about 2 months. So we missed the mark on 501 day, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So it was done like a month later, but we got there in the end.
Yeah. And Levi's obviously endorsed the idea, obviously.
100%. Like they backed me 100%. They were like, we can't miss this opportunity.
Because I saw it on Levi's Africa.
100%.
So they posted it, they endorsed it, they backed it. They were like, cool, sharp.
Definitely.
So did like the senior people at Levi's check it out? And
yeah, I think actually when the car was finished the next day, there was quite a big team of Levi's from Cape Town that came here, and I had the privilege of meeting them and showing them the car. And I mean, it was just crazy. Like for House of Strauss, they basically specialize in customization and do one-of-ones, so everyone's experience is bespoke and unique to them. And I mean, I stand to be corrected, but I think the Levi's team and myself said like this is probably the coolest thing like we've both ever done.
100%. Like, when have you ever seen that? Like, yes, you see different types of material, but it'll be generic prints of a luxury brand or whatever.
100%.
It won't be the actual thing. And this is denim. Like you mentioned, like it can be a bit tricky also to work with denim and stuff like that, because it is a tough material. And Levi's, if you look, that's, and it's not only because we're doing this podcast and you know we're at Levi's and stuff, but people know when you want jeans that last a long time, you buy Levi's.
100%.
It's something that I identify the brand with, is long lasting, proper quality, and this is like the OG. Like this is OG jeans, right? For sure. So yes, there's all this, you know, there's a lot of other stuff, but when it comes to Levi's, I don't think there's a single person that does not know what a Levi's jean is.
100%.
Right? And I think the seats came out so sick, man. Like it's so
you, man.
Like it's so different. Like, and what other materials did you use on the seats?
So the centers are obviously Levi's denim, and then when I initially got the seats, I mean they were a bit beat up. So Grants from FEFA also sourced me some Napa leather just to like coat the outside of the seats, which is also like on the door cards.
Yeah.
So I think it was like the perfect pairing. I mean, it's like soft leather, denim, blue stitching, like it just meshed so well together that it just made sense, you know.
That's cool, man. And the entire project of the car, like how long did that take you?
It took 2 months. So I think while the seats were being recovered, everything else was done. So it took like roughly 2 months. Like we were on like a tight deadline. We were trying to rush to get everything done. But yeah, it worked out. Like 2 months, I'd say.
So, like I know we've had personal conversations about how it started out with Levi's and stuff like that. But how does it feel to have such a big global brand to endorse your idea, and this is a very creative idea? So like, how does it feel? How does it feel? Like, because I mean, this is also your passion, like clothing, cars, sneakers. That's 100%. Your thing, and they endorsed all of that. You get what I'm saying? So how does that feel? Like, do you feel like a sense of accomplishment? Is it like excitement? Like,
It's kind of a feeling you can't describe. Like, it feels surreal, like growing up, like I would have never thought that I'd be in the position where I am now to like collaborate with like Levi's, like I was getting hand-me-downs from the family, like Levi's jeans, and now I'm like working with them, which I think is like, it's crazy. Like, it's hard to describe the feeling, but I think Levi's definitely opens up that space for creatives.
Yeah.
And they definitely they're doing something different, especially in South Africa, like with the access we have to things, like they're pioneering through everything, like
100%. And I saw there's Levi's, there's a section in Woolworths. I don't think it's every Woolworths, or maybe like the flagship or the bigger stores. So in Sandton City, I saw that there was actually for some time now. So there's actually Levi. You can get Levi's denim at Woolworths, for example. Previously, I know it was just Edgar's and stuff.
Yeah.
But I see there's quite a bit at Woolworths and stuff like that now as well. And I think it's really dope. So what's your view on like denim sneakers? Do you think it's like a bit too much? Because we have the Jordan 4 here. So I'll just get this. So these are the Levi's denim Air Jordan 4s. Very, very rare. So shout out to my friend Naeem Imam for lending me this pair to showcase in the video, because we at Levi's. This is a Levi's shoe. There's the Levi's New Balance. So what's your view on denim sneakers? Do you think it's like a bit too much, or because is the New Balance denim?
Yeah. So if you have a look like on the toe box, so everything else is like hairy suede.
Yeah.
And then there's section panels where it's denim. So it's not like a full denim shoe like the Jordan 4. Yeah. But I don't know, like I think my personal style, like denim shoes, like I could rock it,
Yeah.
Like it depends. Like I feel like the shoes are the statement piece of whatever you wear.
Was that with like a chino, or this, like even with a chino,
100%,
like a dope
you know what I mean?
Shorts or something would be jiggy.
So I don't know, I'm a fan. Like I could rock something like this, and I mean, comfort wise and like the New Balance, like I could wear this like the entire day and not complain. You know what I mean?
So is that the only collab that New Balance done with Levi's?
No, I think this was like the second batch of like New Balance shoes that they dropped. I think the first release was the New Balance 327s.
Yeah.
I think there were 2 or 3 colorways of that. And then this dropped, so the blue and the gray pair. And I see now that there's a new Levi's shoe collab on the 580 model, which I'm super keen to see. If I can get my hands on that, like I definitely would.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just think they do it so well, like it's a timeless thing.
Done.
Like you could wear this with anything.
And it's nice to see that they work with multiple brands.
100%.
Because here we have a Nike Air Jordan 4 Levi's denim, and there is a totally different style of footwear. I mean, New Balance were known for comfort, for training shoes, running, all 100%. That stuff. And then they done a collab with, this is technically a basketball shoe, but now it's like a lifestyle streetwear type of sneaker. So from this all the way to a New Balance, and I stand to be corrected, I could be wrong, but I think they did a collab with Essex. With the Jet Light 3s.
I think they did. I think that could be just a mainline denim Essex. I could be wrong as well. Could be wrong.
I'll get details. We'll post that. But you're right. I don't think it was a Levi's denim. I just think it was
A denim.
denim
100%.
Levi's. Comment on this and let us know.
Yeah.
Are we wrong? Or school us, please, if we're wrong on that. So that's cool. So yeah, denim sneakers, and I think you know what I think we should do is actually we should show the Crocs also, because there's
100%.
two Crocs there. So we'll show you guys the Crocs. So Levi's also did a collab. Well, not is it a collab?
Yeah, it is a collab.
It's a collab with Crocs. So a lot of you guys, I know, have a lot of negative things to say about Crocs and how it looks. But it's the Levi's denim one though. You get me? So, and it's very different. I won't lie. When I started out, I didn't like Crocs. And then I saw another collab that they did, really cool. And then the Levi's ones are jiggy. The two denim ones, the ones that you showed me.
Super nice.
That is so sick. And I think it looks so cozy.
It
Like, you
does.
know, it's a very cozy fit. So we're going to show you guys that, and we'll just check that out. So it's actually, I mean, look at what we're doing here. We have a Jordan, we have a New Balance, we have Crocs, and then we're going to talk about these jeans that you did now at the location that we are, the House of Strauss. So yeah, so let's get the Crocs.
Let's get.
Okay, so we got the Crocs. There's three. There's what do we call this? The dark denim.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
like a
nickname
dark
for
denim.
it. So these, I would just say the dark denim Levi's Crocs, right? I think these are really cool. Don't be a hater. These are dope.
I think those are my favorite out of the pack.
Is
eh?
it? I actually like the one that you have.
These ones are also quite sick.
Well, yeah, I think in terms of, for me, I'm a very I like things that go with a lot of things. So obviously,
you
maybe
could
this,
throw that on with exactly what you're
but
wearing
that
now.
looks like so good. Like the sail, I call it
Looks really
sail, but
nice.
the beige and
Yeah.
and it goes according to the brand also.
Literally.
And then there's this one, which may not be the favorite of the pack because it's a little bit funky. But maybe I have a kid or something that's, you know, that likes funky stuff. And do they come with these?
Gibbets.
The
So these
gibbets.
ones come with like different gibbets. But I don't know, I'd feel bad like piercing through this
Yeah.
to actually put a gibbet on, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's a bit
no,
much.
For real. But these cool. So they come with these gibbets and stuff, and this has got like this one looks like a pool that you can wear at the pool. Like
It's like tie-dye, and I mean, it makes sense because
Yeah.
you tie-dye jeans, so...
yeah, and another thing Darian mentioned and schooled me also. So the nice details about this is that the Crocs actually have the Levi's
like a button,
buttons. That's actually holding the back strap and stuff together, that's mad detail. And then on the inside, you'll see the difference. On this one, it has the Levi's stamp or logo, and on these, because they denim, they have the Japanese type of logo.
Japanese
right?
denim, yeah.
The Japanese denim stuff. So it has Japanese fonts and stuff on the inside. That's mad detail because all three are Levi's, but it's only the denim ones that have the Japanese denim logos on the inside. That's very cool. So are these still available at like Crocs and is it at Levi's or Crocs?
So I think the Levi's flagship stores got them. If I'm not
Okay.
mistaken, I could be wrong. And
Okay,
then
cool.
Crocs online, I think they still have stock.
Cool. Let's talk about your jeans.
Okay, so these jeans, I think people who follow me will probably remember these ones. So when
Yeah.
Levi's opened here, I think it was 2019, they actually ran a competition to win a customization session, and I was fortunate enough to win that one. And that basically opened the door for me at Levi's. You know, I think
Yeah.
it was that point where we built the relationship we have
Sure.
today. And yeah, this was, I don't think I've worn these like once. Like, I feel like I'm too scared to wear these things just
Yo,
because,
let's check it out.
just
So-
because it's just, you know, it's like a statement piece.
It's funky. I won't lie to you. The bottom is that's the funky part for me.
Yeah.
But I think it's so well done. Like, it actually has his name here, Darian Williams. How did you do this?
So the pockets were, well, the additional pockets are
Yeah.
a darker denim that we dyed, and it
Yeah.
like came out in like this flame design, which was kind of unexpected, but I mean, we ran with it. And then like the name and like the embroidery on the, or not embroidery, the laser printing on the back is all laser printed. So yeah, we just like ran with, I did as much as I could. Like I dyed this, I laser printed on. I think the only thing I didn't do was embroidery on this, but I think that would have just been like overkill. You know what I mean?
I think it's so well done. And it's so cool to have a space like this. So if you guys are watching this and now you want to come here, unfortunately it's not open to the public. We'll post obviously those details I'll post the description, those details in the description. This is called the Levi's House of Strauss. It's in Johannesburg, South Africa. There's only 5 of these in the entire world, the whole globe. There's one in Mexico, LA,
London,
and Japan. No, Tokyo.
Yeah.
Japan.
Yeah.
So it's Tokyo, London, Mexico, LA, South Africa. That's power.
Literally.
Those are big fashion capitals, right? Those are really, I mean, Tokyo is known for its street culture. LA, obviously, we know that. Mexico was quite cool and interesting to find that out. That's quite cool. But then again, it shows you that the brand, how global they are.
Yeah.
Because those are like 5 totally different countries, totally different styles in 100%. All of them and stuff. And that's really cool. So it's a very cool thing to be here and to shoot this. And we're going to show you guys around. We'll show you what they have here. Man, it's crazy. All the buttons, the iron-on labels and tags and different denims, and just the whole styling of this place is just insane. It's insane. So on that, with this part of the podcast, obviously, you are also kitted in Levi's. Is this from like a specific launch, or is it just like regular?
So the jacket is the most recent collab with Stussy.
Jeez.
I know, it's crazy. Like,
jeez.
I think when it comes to collab stuff like this, like I find it hard to control myself. Like I know it could be like a once in a lifetime thing, so I was basically forced to cop
Stussy Levi's.
There we go. And then these are just like plain 501s, normal Levi's tee.
But that's crazy. Look at what we just said. We showed Jordans, we showed New Balance, we showed Crocs. Now it's Stussy clothing, right? That's crazy. I know one of the big things for Levi's, and I know we spoke about this before, upscale. What's the upcycling? Upcycle. I'm saying upscale. Upcycling. Let's talk a bit about that. What Levi's does with upcycling and what they kind of involved in and how they do that.
Yeah, so I think upcycling and like sustainability for Levi's is a big thing.
Yeah.
I mean, especially like in the customization house where like nothing goes to waste. Like if someone comes here and takes a jeans and cuts it into shorts, the offcuts are kept. And I mean, that's obviously like things like I use to like create, because I think they keep access to these things so that future creatives can come and like customize with the offcuts. But I mean, it's an opportunity to get creative, like sustainability wise, they are like ahead of their game.
Yeah.
Like that's basically what Levi stands for. And upcycling, I mean, we see today like a lot of people find like Levi stuff at thrifts and stuff.
Yeah.
And they basically giving the clothing like a longer span of life, like a second life.
Vintage
Levi's, and they're taking it and like creating it into tote bags and making like crazy stuff. And it basically, Levi's stuff just gives you that freedom, it's so accessible and it's so customizable that, like you said, I think everybody knows that everybody's played around with a Levi's denim or like tried to like cut the hem off and like have it frayed at the bottom,
and all of
cut
that.
it and make rips. Like
that's really cool, because I guess it goes according to the movement and the way the world is going now with just recycling and
100%
and all of that and just sustainability and stuff. So it's cool to see that, because in a space like this, one would think, oh, what do they do with the leftover stuff? They throw it away and all of that. And I think you showed me, was it this jean?
Yeah.
Is that?
That's the salvage there.
So what's that?
That's like creme de la creme of like Levi's. Like that's proper workwear Levi's, like
Okay.
proper denim.
So
But I
that's-
think like it's really important, like especially like if you look at fashion as a whole, like there's a lot of wastage, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people like or brands that like, you know, they do some sketchy stuff.
Is
And I
it?
think Levi's, like they do it, man. Like
Yeah. I think that's really cool, man. I think, you know, for anybody watching this and you follow Darian, or now you're going to follow Darian and stuff like that, like is there any tips maybe that you have for somebody when they work with like brands, for example? Is there like do's and don'ts that people should look out for? Because obviously, you know, to work with these big brands and stuff, it's not a small thing. You
Yeah.
also got to take have some sort of be serious with it, and you know, and stuff like that. So is there anything that you have for anyone that's looking out, or if somebody wants to start being a content creator or an influencer, and you know, that love these fashion things and they don't know, like what would you give them, or like a take home?
I think the best way to go about it is just to be authentic to you, you know.
I love that.
Yeah, like don't do things just for the sake of trying to gain brands' attention, or, you know, do things that don't align with who you are and what you do, you know. Like
Yeah.
just be who you are. Be as creative as you can be. Don't be shy. Like, I mean, I wouldn't be in the position to collab with Levi's if I didn't take that step to try. What's the worst that could happen? Someone's going to
Yeah.
say no to you.
Yeah, sure.
Cool. You pick yourself up, you move on, you know. Don't be shy to take a shot, you know.
Yeah.
Put yourself out there, you know. Have conversations with
100%.
people. And I think just be authentic to yourself, you know. Like, that's like the main thing.
Now that's power. So that's the end of our sit down conversation. Now I'm going to go behind the camera and we're going to do like a little bit of a vlogging style video for the ending of this. We're going to show you guys around this really cool space, the House of Strauss, Levi's in Johannesburg, South Africa. We're going to show you some clips of the car, the insides and that sort of thing. So yeah, let's check this out.
Okay, cool guys, so we're gonna do a quick walk around of what's here on offer at House of Strauss. So over here we have like their 501 day setup where they did local campaigns with local creatives. Got some 501 jeans hanging around there. Over here we have like the music station where all the jamming happens. Nice little chill area, got a little kitchen. Then we got another like chill spot over here, meetings and whatnot. Some Levi's products on display. And then here at the back we have the House of Strauss studio. This is where a lot of the seasonal shoots take place, as well as creators creating Levi's content. We have like a little memory wall over here where everyone at 501 day got a cool Polaroid taken. And then here in the center of the space we have the tailor workshop. This is where William does all of his tailoring. And this is William.
Hi, I'm William Pala, Master Tailor at House Africa.
And you're the guy that did the seats.
Yes,
or
that's
the,
correct. That's
the
correct.
denim in the
Yeah,
seats.
That's correct.
Let's go.
And then over here we have like another memory wall where everyone that's created here got to put something on the wall. And then we have stylist over here, Koa.
Hi!
Come on.
I'm Koa, I'm the style curator for House Africa. And yeah, I don't know.
That's so cool. This is the lady that styled me and gave me the foot that I was wearing.
Yeah. It was from this rail of options. I think he chose the best one. Yeah. These are all the options.
Nice.
Sick. And that's it guys. Thank you so much for looking at my home away from home. Catch you in the next one.